Thomas Bradley had everything money could buy, and nothing that mattered. At 57, he'd built an empire. Tech companies, real estate, investments that most people couldn't even pronounce. His penthouse overlooked the city. His car cost more than most people's houses. But on this particular Saturday in autumn, he sat alone on a park bench watching families walk by and felt the weight of all that emptiness. His wife had passed 5 years ago. Cancer. They'd never had children. Always said they'd wait until the company was stable. Until they had more time. Time ran out. Now he came to this park every Saturday. Not for any reason, just to be somewhere that felt alive. That's when he saw her. A little girl, maybe 7 years old, with dark braids and a determined expression. She wore a carefully pressed blue dress that had seen better days, and she was clutching something in her small hand. She walked right up to him, direct as an arrow. "Excuse me, sir," she said formally. "Are you busy today?" Thomas blinked, surprised. No, not particularly." She held out her hand. In it were 5 crumpled $10 bills. "Here's $50, she said seriously. "I just need a dad for one day." Thomas stared at the money, then at the child. "I'm sorry." "What, want a dad?" "Just for today. There's a father-daughter dance at my school tonight, and..." Her voice wavered slightly, but she steadied it. "And I don't have one. A dad, I mean. So I'm hiring one." Thomas felt something crack open in his chest. "Sweetheart, where's your mother?" "She's working. She works 2 jobs. She doesn't know I'm here." The little girl's chin lifted. "I saved my allowance for 4 months. $50 is fair, right? Just for one day?" Thomas looked at this small, fierce child and saw something he recognized. Loneliness, determination, pride covering up hurt. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Lucy. Lucy Chen." "Lucy, I can't take your money." Her face fell. "Is it not enough?" No, he said quickly. "It's not that. It's just, you shouldn't have to pay someone for this." "But I need a dad for tonight," she said, and now her voice did break. Just a little. "All the other kids will have their dads there, and I'll be the only one alone, and I just want to know what it feels like. Just once." Thomas's throat tightened. He thought of his empty penthouse, his empty Saturday, his empty life. "I'll make you a deal," he said. "I'll be your dad for the day. But I don't want your money. Instead, you have to let me take you to lunch first. And you have to tell me about yourself." "Deal?" Lucy studied him carefully. "You're not a bad person, are you?" "I try not to be." "Okay," she decided. "Deal." Over grilled cheese sandwiches at a diner, Lucy told him everything. Her mother, Jennifer, who worked as a nurse during the day and cleaned offices at night. The apartment they shared with Lucy's grandmother, who had arthritis and couldn't work anymore. How Lucy got herself to school every morning and did her homework at the hospital break room while her mother worked. "Mom says we're rich in love," Lucy said, dunking her sandwich in tomato soup. "But I think we're just regular poor." Thomas smiled despite the ache in his heart. "Your mother sounds like a remarkable woman." "She is. She's just tired a lot." After lunch, they went shopping. Lucy needed shoes for the dance. Her sneakers had holes. Thomas found himself in a children's store, helping a 7-year-old pick out patent leather shoes and a matching hairband. "These are too expensive," Lucy whispered, looking at the price tag. "Good thing I'm paying," Thomas whispered back. Her smile was like sunshine. At 6 o'clock, they arrived at the school gymnasium. It had been decorated with streamers and balloons. Fathers and daughters filled the room, laughing, dancing, taking pictures. Lucy slipped her small hand into Thomas's large one. "Ready?" he asked. "Ready." They danced to slow songs and fast ones. Thomas was rusty. It had been years, but Lucy didn't seem to mind. She stood on his shoes for the waltzes, just like the other little girls with their fathers. During a break, she leaned against him, catching her breath. "Thomas?" she said quietly. "Yes?" "Thank you. For today. It was perfect." He put his arm around her small shoulders. "Thank you, Lucy. You gave me something I didn't know I needed." That's when he saw a woman standing in the gymnasium doorway, exhausted, still in scrubs. Searching the crowd frantically. "Mom!" Lucy called, waving. Jennifer Chen rushed over, relief and confusion warring on her face. Lucy, what are you? Who is? Thomas stood. Mrs. Chen, I'm Thomas Bradley. Your daughter made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Lucy explained everything in a rush. The $50, the plan, the dance. Jennifer looked horrified. Lucy, you can't just ask strange men. He's not strange, Mom, he's nice. And he was lonely, like me. Jennifer's eyes met Thomas's. He saw exhaustion there, but also fierce love, the kind of strength that comes from doing everything alone. I'm sorry, she said. I didn't know she'd... Don't apologize, Thomas said. She gave me the best day I've had in 5 years. Something passed between them then. Understanding. Recognition. Would you both like to get ice cream? Thomas asked. My treat. And maybe you could tell me if you'd let me take Lucy to the zoo next Saturday, as friends. If that's all right. Lucy bounced excitedly. Can we, Mom, please? Jennifer looked at her daughter's shining face, at this well-dressed stranger who'd shown her child kindness. Ice cream first, she said carefully. We'll talk about next Saturday. 6 months later, Thomas had become a regular part of their lives. Not hired, not temporary, just there. He helped Lucy with homework, took them all to dinner on Sundays, made sure Jennifer's car got fixed when it broke, found he'd found what money couldn't buy. Family, connection, purpose. All because a little girl had $50 and the courage to ask for what she needed. Sometimes the best investments aren't in companies or real estate. Sometimes they're in people who remind you what it means to be human, to be needed, to be loved, to be, even if just for one day at first, someone's dad. The end.